So now we finally made it to the end, and we're at the fun part. We're going to run through and play with Flick Finder. And if you want this version of the app, you can use the checkout command that I've put in the instructor notes. So in practice, it'd be a good idea to test every single widget and everything as much as possible. But for now, I'm just going to make sure that each button works and that the original requirements are met. I'm going to start by searching with a phrase, and in particular, I want to try a phrase that has some spaces in it. Originally, I had just been searching for things that were one word, like dog or cat. And when I started searching with spaces, I noticed some problems. So we'll just do that as a quick check. So I want to use the phrase white-tailed deer. This is an animal I used to see all the time when I lived in Alabama. So yep, there we go. This is definitely a white-tailed deer. Let me do another search. We're just looking at some does. I want to see if we can find a big buck. It's got like a massive pair of antlers. Some more doe. Here we go. So there's one with some, that's just like, what is that, 4 or 5 points? Yeah, these are white-tailed deer, so very pretty animal. Next, let's try the latitude and longitude search. I'm going to use 44.4 as my latitude and negative 110.5 for my longitude. These are roughly the coordinates of the National Yellowstone Park here in the United States. So here's a very pretty, I guess it's a little ravine, some water running through the mountains. Let's do another search. Here we go, we can actually see it in the photo label down here. This is the Upper Geyser Basin of Yellowstone National Park. And it looks like a geyser over here in the distance. So this looks really good. We can go ahead and mark both of our searches off the requirements list. Now I want to do some quick checks to make sure that we're not accepting any invalid inputs. So we'll start with the phrase, and let's make sure that we don't accept empty phrases. As we can see, our label is the phrase is empty. So this is working properly. Now let's try with latitude and longitude. I'm going to do these kind of stair step. So the latitude is empty. Now the lat and the lon are empty. And let me enter in a valid latitude. And now just the lon is empty. Finally, I want to do one more check. I want to make sure that we can't submit invalid latitudes and invalid longitudes. So we'll start with this invalid latitude of negative 300. And if we try searching, our lon is still empty. So I think that one's hitting first, that check is, so we'll do an invalid longitude as well and see what happens. So now our lat and lon are invalid, and we provide the ranges for the user so that they know. Let me go ahead and fix the latitude. I'll use 65. So now just our longitude is invalid. And let me try a different longitude here. So now we'll go ahead and search again. And I have no idea where this is, but we'll assume that the latitude and longitude searches are working as well. One more thing, we need to make sure that the latitude and longitudes don't accept some funky strings. So there we go. Those are also accepting as invalid. And then we'll do one more check. I'll go ahead and rerun and make sure that we're not connected with the hardware keyboard. And we'll search there, or we'll attempt to search and see that everything shifts. We'll do the same with the other text fields. And everything seems to be working just fine. This all looks great. Let's go ahead and wrap things up for this lesson.